Hello, YouTube. Roll the theme. WJPF Heron. Thank you, sir. Hey, good evening, everybody. It is Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson on a Friday night, January 5th. Happy New Year, Scott Hudson.
Happy New Year. It is frigid, but we're inside where it's nice and warm, and we've got two teams here tonight that are combined 5-23. That's pretty frigid.
Did you have to use a calculator for that?
No, but I did just now get my shoes and socks back on.
So. Okay, that's true. That is true. This is the only home game for the Carterville Lions in January, Scott Hudson. Next Friday night, we're on the road at Pinckneyville, and then on January 15th, we open play in the Midwinter Classic in West Frankfort, so we better enjoy this one while we have it here tonight.
Yeah, there's not many home games left for Carterville, and I think by the time you get to this point in the season, coaches know what they have with their team. They know their strengths, the weaknesses. They know the things they can improve on, the things that just aren't going to be there. That's why it makes this game so important for Carterville. One, it's a conference game. Both teams are winless in conference. And also at this point in the year, when you've struggled like Carterville has, or like Sparta, coaches look at games like this and say, this is a winnable game. There are other games that are going to be coming up later, or next few weeks, next couple of months, that aren't going to be winnable. Doesn't mean you can't win, pull an upset, but you've got to win the home games that are winnable. And this is one Carterville's got to win tonight.
Well, and if you want to add another reason and add some adversity to this game for tonight, number one, your 6'7" senior is showcasing his football talents at the U.S. Army All-American game in San Antonio, Texas this week, and will be playing on NBC tomorrow. Just a little side note about that, he's the only tight end on the West squad, so he should see a lot of action. The other adverse conditions the Lions are dealing with is illness. It's wrecked the team, and as a matter of fact, when I asked Coach Shane Hawkins about the starting lineup, he said, I'm not real sure. He said, I know a couple of spots that'll be starting, but just like everybody else that's around the region, the flu bug has hit this Carterville Lions squad. And
when you look at Carterville and how they've struggled this year, those are the types of things that happen to a team that's struggling. You don't get the loose balls. You have a bad break go against you. And now, Carterville's been hit by the flu bug. So it seems like there's a lot of piling on Carterville. But, the Sparta team's only won 3 games. this is a very winnable game for Carterville tonight.
It absolutely is. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale, they now have an online mortgage center. That's where you can check rates, or you can even apply for a mortgage anytime online. For more information on the Bank of Carbondale's online mortgage center, visit their website at tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and all loans are subject to credit approval. NMLS registration number 742871. We're about 11 minutes away from tip-off here between the Carterville Lions and the visiting Sparta Bulldogs. As I mentioned moments ago, I had a chance to talk to head coach Shane Hawkins. When we return, you're going to hear from Hawk on our pregame show here on News Radio WJPF. I like that kid so much.
Yeah, he's got a personality. Most kids don't. A lot of kids don't.
That was just devastating when he got hurt, too.
Yeah.
For him. I mean, it hurt us as a team drastically, but.
Yep.
Brian, you still got us? Oh, there. I got you now. Brian, just go on and run the next stop set after coach. Yes, we will have an anthem. Okay. Hello, YouTube. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's Friday night basketball action here on NewsRadio WJPF. I'm Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. The Lions preparing to take on the Sparta Bulldogs. The one thing, I don't know if you could hear, Scott, what Shane was talking about, but I've talked about the shooting that we've had all this year. And again, it's not that they've been bad looks all season. No, I've not seen a team go through as cold of shooting spells as this Lions team does. And like Coach says, it's not bad shots. They're just not falling.
They're not falling, but the thing is, excuse me, you cannot, if the shots are there, you have to take them. Even though they're not falling, you just can't quit shooting. There's been times this year where Coach Hawkins has been upset with his team. Too many passes, being too unselfish. And you've got to keep taking those shots. That JJ is probably going to have a big game tonight, I would think, against a team that's 3-10. He's been shut down a little bit the last 3 or 4 games. But it has to be more than JJ. No Luke Ford tonight, obviously. So other guys have to step up in his absence. But I think the perimeter guys, and I'm talking Valerius, JJ, Moore, those guys in particular, they have to step up and give something offensively to this Lions team tonight.
Well, and Coach went on to say that it's getting to the point, because they're not being rewarded for their shot selection, is that it starts to affect you on the defensive end of the floor, because you come down, you've missed the shot, and then you're kind of dragging, bumming a little bit when you go back on the defensive end, and the next thing you know, your man's driving past you and laying it up at for an easy bucket. So that's what he's talking about.
Well, it becomes a mental thing after a while. When you've only won 2 games all year, late in the game when you're close like they were against Albany, you kind of expect to, am I going to win instead of we're going to find a way to win. So, it's all about playing with confidence. And right now, Carterville's just not playing with a lot of confidence.
Well, I hope they turn it around tonight. As combined win totals for both of these teams is 5, and it would be nice for the Lions to be able to leave here this evening. I'll take being square up with wins with the Sparta Bulldogs at this point in the season.
Well, again, you get to this point in the season, you know what games are winnable. You know what, the old saying, we are who they thought they were.
The record. Get a screen.
Yeah, that's basically the way it is. Carterville's won 2 games. There's a reason why they've only won 2 games. But this is one of those winnable games that you have to win at home to get your first win in conference.
They are who we thought they were. Hey, a busy weekend for Carterville High School. Let's start with the wrestling team. They're in Carbondale. The big Murdale invite is taking place. That's a huge event. Tomorrow is the bowling, high school bowling at SI Bowl. Carterville's hosting it. All 32 lanes have squads on that tomorrow for the Southern Illinois invite at the SI Bowl. Next weekend, I was talking with Brett Dial, as athletic director earlier. Next weekend, right here on this floor at Carterville High School, is going to be a junior high shootout. Bunch of teams coming in, so that's going on. And then January 20th is the big cheerleading competition. Squads from all over the Southern Illinois region will be here competing. That's a pretty cool event if you have never seen that. That's on January 20th. We've got both teams back out on the floor, and when we come back, we're going to have the starting lineups here this evening as the Sparta Bulldogs, with 3 wins under the belt on the season, getting ready to take on these Carterville Lions. They've struggled this year. They've got 2 wins. Who will it be tonight? We'll tell you. Carterville Lions and Sparta Bulldogs. Action is coming up next on News Radio WJPF. Okay. Okay. It's cut out again, apparently, Brian. There it is. Okay. Back at Carterville High School, it's Dave McKenzie with Scott Henson, where we just had the national anthem, and we are getting ready for the starting lineups here for the Sparta Bulldogs Southern Illinois River-to-River Conference action tonight. Both teams 0-4 in the conference, and both looking for their first conference win. And you know what? Get a win tonight and get a couple of other little wins. You can have a respectable season in the conference, Scott Hudson.
Yeah, you don't play again until next Friday night, so you can enjoy the weekend. Obviously, much more if you win this game tonight. You've got to go to a tough venue next Friday night against Pinckneyville. Then, as you said earlier, get to go to the midwinter in West Frankfort. But you got to start somewhere. Why not start tonight?
Starting lineup for the Sparta Bulldogs, number 32, Jacob Soderlund is the 6'2 senior forward. Also, you've got Jonah Boston, the 6'4 senior center, wears number 52. Number 2 at the point, that's going to be Austin Connors, the 5'9 senior guard. You'll also have the 5'10 senior guard, Jonathan Williams. And finally, the 5th starter, it's going to be Jared Stefani, who will be the 5th starter, the 5'10 junior guard for head coach Jonathan Norton of the Sparta Bulldogs. So it'll be Connors, Williams, that's Jonathan Williams, Anderson, Harris, and Boston. Who is Coach Shane Hawkins going to start this evening for tonight's Carterville Lions? They've been battling the flu. As a matter of fact, he said somebody, I didn't hear the name, but he said somebody else had to leave right before the JV game this evening and head home. It's kind of tore through this team. Luke Ford is not available this evening as he is in Texas. San Antonio will be playing in the U.S. Army All-American game. That's coming up tomorrow at noon. You can watch that game on NBC, and we ask that you do. Luke could have a big day. They put him on the MVP candidate watch down there. He's had a great week of practice. Plus, he's the only tight end on this West squad in the U.S. Army All-American game.
Should see a lot of action.
He should see.
You know, he should see a lot of action, and hopefully Luke will go out there and impress everybody and let everybody know this is why Georgia Bulldogs decided to take him.
That's where it all started for Luke a year ago. Nobody really knew who he was, and he went down to the U.S. Army All-American Combine and really turned the heads of the scouts down there. And then it was after that the offers started coming in. Connor Henderson is going to be starting for Coach Shane Hawkins, the 6'4" senior forward guard. You also have Grant Garby, number 32, the 6'4" senior forward. Justin Johnson, wearing number 5, will be starting. You have Dylan Valerius at number 3, and I believe that was Dylan Moore, number 24. That is the 5th starter for the Lions this evening. So it'll be Valerius, Johnson, Henderson, Moore, and Grant Garby starting for Shane Hawkins here this evening. This Lions broadcast, it's brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. It offers a variety of business and personal banking services, including checking accounts, online banking, and mobile banking. For more information about the Carterville Banking Center, stop by or visit their website, tboc.com, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Well, I think Carterville needs to get off to a good start. That would help matters. You know, with the Pinckneyville tournament, at times they played well in the first half, at other times they didn't. That's kind of been the entire season where they haven't put a consistent 4 quarters together. This is a great opportunity for Carterville to do that.
It is. Both teams are on the floor. The officials are ready. They're pointing fingers at each other. They've turned the lights off around the perimeter, and we are set for Southern Illinois River-to-River Conference basketball action. Thank you for listening on News Radio WJPF as the inbound or the tip-off comes out of bounds just below us. The Sparta Bulldogs are in their road blues with the big white letters on the back, which I love. The Carterville Lions are in the home whites with the dark blue letters, which I love, and you can see them all. You going to be able to make this one?
I'm going to give it a go, buddy. I'm going to give it a
go. Scott has the whole sinus thing going on tonight, so the lozenges are in place as well. Carterville has the basketball. They're working it around the perimeter. They try to get it down low. They do to Grant Garby. Throws it up, and it falls for the Carterville Lions. They are on the board.
Yeah, Garby was falling backwards, threw it up there, and it went in. Maybe that's a good sign of things to come.
So for the Sparta Bulldogs, it's going to be Austin Connors, the 5'9" senior guard that runs the point. They get it into Timberland Lucas, and they work it back out top to Jonathan Williams. Williams to the right side to Timberland Lucas. Lucas now, they get it into the paint on the left block. We have a whistle and a foul on the Lions. And it's going to be on the side for the Sparta Bulldogs, as the first foul was on number 33, and he's not in the lineup.
Yep, it's 32.
32.
Just one off.
That makes a difference. Mr. Garmy, his first. 7:14, just underway here at Carterville High School. Sparta with the basketball. Connors. Left side to Lucas, now back out top to Connors. He's picked up defensively by Dylan Valerius. Left-hand dribble toward the left wing as it's Lucas back to Connors, now in the paint to Jonah Boston, the 6'4" senior. He's the tallest man on the team. Nice backdoor cut from Boston to Lucas, and Sparta is on the board as well.
Well, Sparta's very quick. That's the first thing I noticed of this 5 they've got on the floor.
We're tied at 2, 6:40 on the first quarter clock. Carterville basketball. Justin Johnson over toward the left side. That is Valerius in the left pocket. Gets it down low to Grant Garby. Nice job. Gets the shot up. Misses. Gets his rebound. Puts the shot up. Gets his rebound. Puts the shot up. And Sparta comes away with the rebound. Here comes Lucas on the run. Floater. Throws it at the rim. Doesn't go. And Valerius gathers up the rebound for Carterville. 3 opportunities right underneath the bucket, and Carterville cannot convert. Justin Johnson, left-hand dribble toward the right side. Gives it to Garby. Now back to Johnson. Over to Valerius. He drives the left baseline, backs it out. Johnson fires from 3. Good. Big shot from JJ. Carterville's taking the 5-2 lead.
That's the first time in about a week he hasn't had a hand in his face when he's taking a shot.
Yes, it is. So Sparta has the ball. Into the game is Jacob Soderlund. He puts up the shot and gets that one to fall. It's 5-4 Carterville. Carterville basketball toward the left side Justin Johnson, now Dylan Moore, and Valerius has it toward the right wing. Back out top to JJ. Left-hand dribble, back to the right, down to Connor Henderson, wearing number 13. Left-hand dribble, right elbow, fires to Moore. He fires from 3, in, out, no good. Rebound to Timberland Lucas for Sparta. He takes it to the rack and is fouled from behind by Justin Johnson. That's going to be the first foul on JJ, and that's going to put Jonathan Williams at the line, and he's going to be shooting 2.
When Sparta gets the rebound, they're looking to go.
Yes.
They really, it appears to me, they really don't want to set up in a half-court offense. They want to get it and go and outrun the Lions down the floor.
First free throw by Jonathan Williams is in and out. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Coldwell Banker Preferred Realty, where they're happy to support the Carterville Lions. There's a reason when you're preferred. You can find out why. Stop by and visit the West Plaza Drive location for Coldwell Banker Preferred Realty. Free throw was missed, but Sparta gets the rebound. It's out top. They work it around toward the left wing. Back between the circles now to Jonathan Williams, and now down low on the left baseline. Shots put up by Lucas. It's no good, and the rebound comes off to the Lions. Dylan Moore steps across midcourt. Gets it to Garby. Now he hands off to Dylan Valerius on the left wing. Wants to get it back to Grant Garby, but they have to back it around. Again, Garby's doing a nice job blocking his man on that left block. That's where those last 2 entry passes have come, but there's a turnover on the Carterville Lions. It's the first of the game, and it belongs to the Lions.
Yeah, Henderson started to pass, then held up, but he drug his foot, so that's the first turnover of the game for either team.
Sparta basketball. We're up 5-4 with 4:30 remaining in the opening quarter. Lions are winning. Sparta has it. The dribble off of Connor's leg. It's another, they're going to say it belongs to Sparta. I thought it might belong to the Lions, but it's going to belong to the boys in blue. And Austin Connors will trigger the inbounds just in front of the Lions bench. They work it around toward the right side. Now it is Williams, Jonathan Williams. He is a 5'10 senior guard. Now over to Austin Connors. Connors left-hand dribble. Back out top to Lucas. They get it at the left elbow to Soderlund. Now they work it back toward the left wing, and now left pocket out onto the elbow, and a whistle and a foul on the Lions.
Well, Boston for Sparta did the right thing. He got the ball just inside the paint below the free throw line. He's a big guy. He's 6'4". He did not bring the ball down to the floor where he could have got it stolen. He kept it up high, and Carterville had to foul.
Yep. But that's what you're supposed to do as a big man. Don't put it on the floor if you don't have to. Soderlund over toward the right baseline. Connors drives, gets the pass inside to Boston. He slapped from behind and fouled, and is going to go to the line and shoot 2 more free throws. Yeah,
Valerius came from behind. And again, whether Valerius got any part of his body or not, when you block a shot from behind, 9 times out of 10, the officials are going to call a foul.
And that's 2 now on Dylan Valerius. And Shane Hawkins, wonder if he'll make a substitution as Jonah Boston gets his first point of the game. Soderlund checks out for Coach Jonathan Norton. Didn't catch the number, I believe. Free throw's no good. Checking into the game is Kerry Harris for the Sparta Bulldogs. Carterville with the basketball. We're all tied at 5. 3:40 remaining in the first quarter. Connor Henderson on the right wing over to Valerius toward the left wing. Now it's Dylan Moore from the left baseline. Fires, no good. Rebound, foul from behind. It's going to be on Mr. Kerry Harris, who just checked in for the Sparta Bulldogs.
Actually, it's on Carterville.
Wow. Connor Henderson is charged with a foul. I was watching Garby, and I didn't see him foul.
It was a little bit of a sandwich. You had Garby close to the basket, then you had the Sparta player behind him, and then you had Henderson behind him. So they finally caught Henderson for the foul.
Sparta football as football. Zach Schlinwein walks by, says hello, and so I was thinking football. Turnover on the Sparta Bulldogs as it is Justin Johnson. It takes it to the hole. He's fouled from behind. Will go to the line and shoot some free throws.
Might be a little cold at Sparta to be doing a football game right now, you think?
It might be. JJ shooting free throws. Hit a big three-pointer moments ago. Can he add to that total? Pulls up a little short. No good. We're still tied at 5 with 3:18 remaining here in the first quarter. Second one is on the way. Good. He's got 4. Carterville has 6. They lead 6-5 with 3:17 remaining in the opening quarter. Sparta basketball. Back and forth in the backcourt between Austin Connors and Jonathan Williams. They finally break the timeline. They get it to Lucas. He drives, leaves it for Boston, and he gets the bucket. He's got 3, and Sparta leads it 7-6.
Yeah, Sparta's doing a very good job of breaking the Carterville press.
Carterville has it in the front courts. They're moving from left to right on your radio dial. That is Austin Garby. Now they work it around the perimeter to Valerius. Up at the top of the key to Austin. Leaves it for Valerius. He drives a little right-hand floater. No good. And it is Austin Connors of Sparta that gets the rebound. Quickly, Sparta the other way to Lucas. He shoots and is called for a travel as he took it to the hole. Turnover on Sparta. I've got him for 2.
Guess what I've got it. There's been a couple of times early in this game when Carterville's had the ball. They've had an open 3, and instead of taking it, they give a little head fake and drive into the paint where it's a little bit tougher shot.
Lions basketball, 2.5 remaining in the first quarter. In the front court, they get it to Johnson. Now it's going to be Luke Stritzel that fires from 3, who Luke just checked into the ball game. But Grant Garby gets the rebound. Austin has the ball now. Spin move at the right block. Shot no good. Lucas gets a nice assist down low to Grant Garby. He gets the bucket and the foul and is going to go to the line and shoot the and 1.
Grant Garby already has 4 offensive rebounds in this game. He had 3 on that one possession that he couldn't get it to go, but Garby's battling hard on the boards tonight.
Luke Stritzel had a nice assist just tipping that ball down low, and Grant was able to gather it in, put it in, get the bucket, got the foul, and the foul was on Jacob Soderlund of the Sparta Bulldogs. They have the basketball. Carterville has the lead now, 9-7, 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. We have a whistle, and we got a timeout that is called by the Sparta Bulldogs coach, Jonathan Norton. We're going to go on and take a break as well, as it's a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Lions basketball on NewsRadio WJPF. Okay. Welcome back to Carterville. It's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. 9-7, the Carterville Lions lead the Sparta Bulldogs here in this first quarter, Scott.
Carterville's only hit 3 shots in this first half. They've taken 12, so that's got to change a little bit if they want to expand this 2-point lead.
Sparta has the basketball, and they work it around the top of the key. Down low across the baseline. They leave it for Lucas, and he gets the bucket for Sparta. It's all tied now at 9.
Yeah, he was able to drive the drive the lane and just make a bounce pass, drive the baseline and make a bounce pass in the lane.
Tyler Biddle is into the game for the Lions. It's Luke Stritzel, Tyler Biddle, Justin Johnson, Grant Garby, and Austin Garby. JJ on the right wing, on the right block. Grant Garby throws it up from the block, no good. The rebound, that should have been a travel, not called. It's Tyler Biddle that gets it. He shoots. He has the ball slapped away. And we just have chaos out on the floor right now. But it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, Sparta turned the ball over after they got the rebound. And now a foul called on Sparta.
Yep.
We may be here a while tonight, Dave. I got a feeling we may be here a while.
Jacob Soderlund is just picked up his second foul for the Bulldogs. Carterville has it, works it around toward the left wing. Tyler Biddle drives, needs some help, throws it to JJ, has to gather it up before it gets across the midcourt line for a turnover. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter, all tied at 9. Justin Johnson, right wing. Austin Garby, baseline, right wing. Tyler Biddle for 3, off the iron, no good, and the ball goes out of bounds. It belongs to the Carterville Lions. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. They're a certified York dealer, and they service all brands. Call 985-2502, Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating.com. Justin Johnson pops for 3 for the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, Carterville's got to find a way to get the ball in his hands more often in this game because he's obviously got his sights set tonight.
Yes, he does. He's got, I believe, 7 points so far in the contest. 22 seconds remain. Sparta has the ball, moving right to left. They get it to Boston now. They work that baseline. They're doing a real nice job of that as it's Lucas that takes it to the rack. Kick out pass to Williams. He misses the shot. Here comes Carterville. They got a chance to score before the horn to end the first quarter. At the top, Justin Johnson to Austin Garby, who fires from 3. No good. That's how we end the first quarter. Carterville leads it 12-9. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Welcome back to Carterville High School, where we just ended the first quarter, and Carterville leads it 12-9. Scott Hudson.
Well, Sparta shot 66% from the field on 4 of 6 shooting. Carterville has attempted 17 shots, only made 4, but the difference in the game, Carterville's hit 2 threes, both by Johnson. Sparta yet to hit from beyond the arc. Johnson leads the Carterville Lions in scoring with 7 points, but Grant Garby right there with him. He's got 5 and has been playing like a madman here in the first quarter. Sparta has the ball to begin play in the second. 12-9 the score for the Carterville Lions. Sparta in their road blue uniforms. Into the game now is Dion Clark, the 5'6" sophomore guard for the Sparta Bulldogs. He joins Jonathan Williams out on the point. The shot is put up and good by Timberland Lucas for Sparta. Sparta's getting to the glass too easily, especially along the baseline. Yes, they are. Lions with the basketball now, as that is Lucas Biddle over to Austin Garby on the left baseline. Tyler Biddle has it. He fires from about 12 off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound comes off to Lucas for the Bulldogs. Nice outlet pass to Clark. He is able to get the layup, and he's on the board. Carterville's got to get back on D. Again, Sparta gets the rebound. They're looking to go. Carterville's got, especially the guards, have got to get back quicker. Bulldogs just took the lead on that bucket, 13-12. Carterville with the basketball. Grant Garby toward the right wing. Needs some help. Gets it from Lucas Biddle. Or Luke Stritzel. I'll get it right. JJ down low. There's Grant Garby. Nice left-hand layup for Grant Garby. He's got 7. Give the assist to Justin Johnson. Yeah, and great look on the inside. Garby was open. That's when you got to get him the ball. Sparta is able to break up that full-court press by the Lions. The 3 ball from the point, no good for Sparta. It was taken by Dion Clark. Didn't hit anything, but it's going to belong to the Lions. But they got to get back on defense because Sparta is just beating them up the floor. Yeah, and Carterville's bench is shorter tonight, obviously, with Luke gone, some illness going through the team. So, but still, you've got to get back and force Sparta to get into a half-court game because I don't think they're very good at that. Dylan Valerius checks back in for the Lions. Austin Garby has the ball now to Justin Johnson on the left wing.
to Luke Stritzel. Now to Valeris on the right wing. He's picked up defensively by Dion Clark. Justin Johnson is guarded by Jonathan Williams. Left-hand dribble, dump down low, left block. Grant Garby gets the left-hand layup again. Man, this is Grant Garby. We need him like this all the time.
Well, Garby's doing it against their 6'4" senior center.
Another turnover on the Bulldogs as Valerius is able to get the floater, his first bucket of the game. Carterville has taken a 5-point lead, 18-13.
Scoring off turnovers, that's something you've got to do better job of as well.
We talk about the points off the turnovers, 5:40 on the clock. Sparta breaks the timeline. They get it in. There's another turnover on Williams as he shuffled his feet, but Carterville is able to gather up the ball before the call. At the top of the key, Austin Garby, he travels as he faked the three ball and took a step. It's going to belong to the Sparta Bulldogs. Dylan Moore checking in for Justin Johnson. Austin Garby's getting a break as well. So Connor Henderson comes in for him. Coming in for Sparta be Tony Williams. He's replacing Jonathan Williams. Wonder if they're related. Both 5'10".
I'm going to guess.
One's a sophomore, yes. One's a senior.
I'm going to go out on a limb, Dave. I'm going to say yes.
3 of their 5 starters are 5'10" for Sparta, but they're all fast too. Sparta has the basketball. Left wing, they work it toward the left baseline. Down low to Kerry Harris. He has to dribble out, back to Clark, and it's back between the circles to Austin Connors. They get the ball down low to Boston. His right-hand hook, no good, but he gets his rebound and puts it back in. He's got 5 points in the game. It's 18-15 Carterville.
Well, he's just a big body on the inside.
Yes, he is, and he's athletic, too. I like watching him play. He's a senior, though. For the Bulldogs is Carterville. It's Connor Henderson that fires from 3, doesn't hit anything. Dylan Moore gets the rebound and backs it up with the right-hand dribble. Where they work it left side, Connor Henderson down low as we have a whistle and a foul, and that is going to be on the Sparta Bulldogs, Jonah Boston, and that is going to be his first foul of the game.
The one thing the 6'4" Boston doesn't do very well in defensive end is he doesn't work hard to get around in front of Grant Garby to stop the inbounds pass.
3 ball from the top of the key.
Stritzel.
Luke Stritzel.
It brought rain, but it went through the net, or the rim. That's all it counts.
21-15, a 6-point lead, 4:15 remaining in the half. As Connors takes it, gets it to Kerry Harris, back to Austin Connors. At the free throw line, Boston turns around, gets the pass down low. They kick it back out top. Austin Connors, he took a step as he was driving that left side of the lane. Another turnover. I've got him for 6. 21-15 Carterville.
Well, when they've gotten into the half-court game, they get a little antsy with the ball, and they've turned the ball over, and Carterville's taking advantage of it.
Just a little stutter step before they take off on the dribble. We appreciate you listening here on News Radio WJPF, or if you're watching the game on our YouTube channel, is turnover on the Lions. And the layup is no good, but the Carterville Lions turn it right over again. Down on the far end is Tony Williams. His left-hand layup no good, and Dylan Moore gathers in the rebound. Carterville a little sloppy with the play on the turnovers if they've got 4 in the game.
Well, Sparta, 2-point blank layups they've missed. And when you're 3 and 10, you can't miss those type of opportunities and expect to win.
Timberland Lucas checks back in. He leads Sparta in scoring. He's got 6, so he's back on the floor now. 3:20 remaining. 21-15 Lions, the 6-point lead. They try to get the ball to Garby on the block. There was a foul not called, but a turnover on the Lions. That's their 5th, and Sparta takes it the other way. Left-hand floater is good by Timberland Lucas. Man, he just takes it to the hole, doesn't he?
Yeah, he sees an opening. He's going to take it.
Just he doesn't wait, and you got to get in his face quickly. Shut that down, a whistle and a foul in the backcourt. And that's going to be on Dion Clark of Sparta, his first, and that is the 16th foul now on the Sparta Bulldogs.
Carterville shot the ball much better in this second quarter. They are 4 of 6 from the field.
Dylan Valerius pulled his foot as he was trying to pass and drug it. That's the 6th turnover. That's 3 possessions in a row now that Carterville has had a turnover.
You get no points, and you give Sparta extra possessions.
Yes.
It's simple math. And sometimes it's not pretty, folks.
No, it's not. 21-17, a 4-point Carterville lead. 2:49 remaining. Bulldogs have it as Williams dumps it down to Boston. He has his shot blocked by Garby. Goes out of bounds, but it's going to belong to the Sparta Bulldogs.
Mr. Garby says, I may not be as tall as you, but I'm going to play your height.
Student section down there. Tonight's pajama night. I forgot to tell you, you could have wore your pajamas. The student section send out the tweet this week. They always choose the theme, so it's pajama night. Scott's got some with footies.
Hey, you're not supposed to tell everybody. Well, they've got bells on them, too, by the way.
They do, that's true. Sparta basketball is tipped around. Dylan Moore has to battle for it, but he comes down another turnover. That's 7 on the Bulldogs. Carterville has the ball, 2.5 remaining, under 2.5 to go here in the first half. 21-17, Carterville. Luke Stritzel has his pass tipped away. 4 possessions in a row now with the Carterville turnover. But they throw the ball all the way back across the field. We've had the court. We've had more turnovers than points in the last 3 minutes. And the ball belongs to the Lions.
I think we're getting a pretty good impression of why these two teams are 5-23 combined. Because they are playing right now the way they've played a lot this year. Carterville should be up by at least 10 in this game.
Should be. But they have 7 turnovers. Valerius drops it off for Garby. His three-pointer no good. We have a whistle and a foul on the rebound. That's going to be on Valerius, and it's going to be his 3rd. Quickly, Tyler Biddle is going to have to check in for Coach Shane Hawkins and Dylan Valerius. As Shane Hawkins has his hands on his head, turns around, pacing back and forth in front of that Lions bench. 1:56 remaining. 4-point lead for the Lions. Sparta has the basketball. Nice backdoor pass. It was there, just not able to handle the pass was Kerry Harris. It's another turnover. They have 9, and Carterville's going to have the ball.
Neither team wants to take advantage of what's being given to them. Carterville, as I said, should be up by 10. Sparta, looking at the Carterville Terrors, should be ahead in this game.
Austin Garvey receives the inbounds pass. JJ takes it, and he's going to bring it across the timeline with the left-hand dribble. 21-17, Sparta lead, or Carterville leads Sparta Bulldogs. Grant Garvey toward the left wing. Gets it to Tyler Biddle. Biddle, top of the key, now to Dylan Moore. Trying to find that backdoor cut is the brothers Garby. There it is, the Grant Garby. He has his shot blocked. Back and forth is Austin and Grant just roaming that baseline, and Carterville's looking to see if they can get that backdoor pass. They do, and there's Grant. He gets slapped right in the face, but for the reward, he's going to go and shoot free throws.
Yeah, if he can still see the basket after he got hammered.
Lucas is charged with a foul for Sparta. That's his first, and Grant Garby hits his free throw. He leads all scorers in the game. He's got 10.
And he's battling a couple of big boys on the inside, so Grant's done a very good job tonight.
Second one from Grant. It rolls around, and he's got the shooter's touch. He's got 11, and Carterville has a 6-point lead with 1:20 remaining here in the second quarter. Back and forth they go. The ball's tipped out of bounds by Justin Johnson. Nice job defensively as Sparta was getting close to that 10-second count. But they're going to have the ball right in front of the Carterville Lions bench. Shane Hawkins pacing back and forth. Moves down toward the baseline. Sparta moving from right to left here. And we've got another whistle and another turnover. It is another travel. 10 turnovers on the Sparta Bulldogs.
I'd say at least half, maybe even 7 of Sparta's turnovers are what I'd call unforced errors.
Yep.
They're just taking steps before they dribble.
I agree. Carterville basketball. Justin Johnson to Tyler Biddle. Left-hand dribble. He's picked up defensively by Jonathan Williams, and now it's Austin Garby. Drives the left side, leaves it for Dylan Moore. He works around, right-hand dribble. Now to the baseline, that's where Austin Garby is. Top of the key, 53 seconds remaining in the half. Justin Johnson, right wing. He's guarded by Timberland Lucas. Now, Austin Grant Garby slowly fakes that three-point shot, pulls the D out to him. Austin Garby has it, gets it to Justin Johnson between the circles. Carterville backs it up, and Shane Hawkins wants a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout for the Carterville Lions. We're going to take a break as well. It's Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Welcome back to Carterville High School with Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson. Carterville has a 6-point lead, 23-17, but they have the ball as we're making our way toward halftime. And coming up on half, it'll be our Wild Hog halftime show with Scott and I. We'll break down the first half action and get you set for second half action. Carterville with it, 24, 23, 22 seconds remaining. Grant Garby, left wing, top of the key to Johnson. Right side, Dylan Moore. Back out top, Biddle, now left wing to Johnson, just inside the three-point line. 12 seconds remaining, 10 on the clock. Johnson, right-hand dribble, they're going to go. Now with 7, Johnson trying to take his man off the dribble. Wants to spin, little floater from 12, no good, but he gets the whistle and the foul and is going to go to the line and shoot free throws.
Well, I think there's more times that we should see that exact play where Johnson takes somebody one-on-one and either force that guy to foul him or let Johnson try to go around him or pull back up for the outside jumper. I think JJ
definitely can take him off the dribble.
Yeah.
I mean, he is so good off the dribble as his first free throw is good. He's got 8 in the game. You're right. It doesn't happen very often. He's a very he's big about the assist, and this is a team that JJ needs to step up and take control and be that go-to man in this situation.
Yeah, be a little selfish. You know, just say, I want the ball. I want to be the one that provides most of the points. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, absolutely not. Sparta has a chance to make it at the buzzer. Right-hand toss is off the top of the backboard. That's how we end the first half. It is 25-17. Carterville, they have the lead. Your Wild Hog halftime show is next on News Radio WJPF. Works for me. Back at Carterville with Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. We're at the half. Carterville has a 8-point lead against the Sparta Bulldogs. Scott Hudson, 25-17.
Well, Carterville shot 33% in the first half. That doesn't sound great, but they went 4 of 7 in that second half, including a 3. Carterville had 3 threes in that first half. Sparta still yet to register a 3. Sparta shot 50% from the field in that first half. Rebounding, Carterville out-rebounded the Bulldogs 10-6, led by Grant Garby with 4 of those offensive rebounds. Lucas led Sparta with 4 rebounds. Turnovers, Sparta with 10, Carterville with 7.
When you look at the scoring for the Sparta Bulldogs, they're led by Timberland Lucas, the 5'10 sophomore guard. He's got 8 points. Jonah Boston, the 6'4 senior, he's got 5. Jacob Soderlund, who was only in the game a short time, and that mainly in the first quarter, he's got 2. And you also have Dion Clark, the guard for Coach Jonathan Norton. He has 2 in the game. Looking at the scoring for the Carterville Lions, they are led by Mr. Grant Garvey, the 6'4 senior, with 11 points that first half. And, man, Carterville did a nice job early getting him the ball down low. He was able to reap the rewards of that. He's got 11. Also, Luke Stritzel, he fired up a 3 and made it. Justin Johnson, he has 9 for the Lions, including 2 3-pointers. And Dylan Valerius, he has 2 points for the Carterville Lions. 25-17. That is our halftime score.
Well, Carterville, again, they're up by 8, which is good. They finished strong over the last 2 minutes of the second quarter. But you go back and look at that, 3-4 turnovers in a row by Carterville allowed Sparta the opportunity to take the lead. But Sparta, then, they would turn the ball over. So if Carterville would have taken care of the ball, maybe gotten off a couple, 3 more shots, they could be up by, maybe 10, 12. But, when you've won 2 games this year so far, you'll take an 8-point lead at this point.
I agree. Hey, your halftime show, it's brought to you by the Wild Hog. That's Wild with a Y, the newest restaurant in Carterville, right there. Take the Wolf Creek overpass and then turn west on Commercial Drive. You'll run right into the Wild Hog, where they have the latest drink specials and food specials. And Bob and the gang there, they will take good care of you. Make sure that you wear your Carterville gear. And when you do, make sure you show your server. They'll mark 10% off of your bill. I think I may stop by there on my way home and get a sandwich. I like a barbecue sandwich and maybe a beverage as well. But we invite you to stop by. It's the Wild Hog. Why with a Y? Stop by the Wild Hog, your Carterville Lions headquarters in Carterville. We're going to go on and take another break. When we come back, we'll continue on our Wild Hog halftime show. Carterville leads at 25-17. It's Lions basketball here on NewsRadio WJPF. Brian, did our Lucy signal finally settle down? Okay. If you're watching on YouTube, hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. Pretty good game so far. Bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Ford family, good luck tomorrow. Yep, we will. It's Friday night, January 5th. This is the only home basketball game for the Carterville Lions in the month of January, and at the half, Scott, they lead at 25-17. I would say, get rid of the turnovers and just keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, they're very patient. Talking about the Lions on offense, when Sparta gets a rebound, they want to go. So if Carterville misses a shot, Carterville's guards especially have got to get back down the floor and stop their penetration. Sparta has had trouble in the half-court offense. They've turned the ball over many times. They seem a little discombobulated at times on that half-court offense. Carterville shot the ball very well in that second quarter. That's got to continue in the third. This is a game for Carterville. They lead by 8 now. If they continue to play the way they finished the last, say, 2 minutes of that second quarter, Carterville could have a big lead at the end of the third.
25-17 is where we stand right now. When we come back, second half action. Don't forget, you can watch and listen to the game if you head to our YouTube channel. Just search Sparta Bulldogs at Carterville Lions. You can watch and listen here on News Radio WJPF. It's 25-17. Second half action is next on News Radio WJPF. Carbondale is hammering Marion 32-18 at the half. Wow. You can buy Girl Scout cookies here tonight. Yeah. I may have buy a couple boxes and freeze those Thin Mints. I'm telling you. Welcome back to Carterville High School. The halftime show has been brought to you by the Wild Hog. Wild with a Y, the newest restaurant location in Carterville, and your post-game Carterville Lions headquarters. Stop by after the game tonight. We'll have a sandwich and a beverage, and we'll talk some Carterville Lions hoops. Sparta Bulldogs are making their way out of the locker room. Carterville back out, and they, Scott, have a 25-17 lead. I got this score update. Of course, a great matchup. It's Marion at Carbondale at Marion tonight, and Carbondale is putting a hammer on the Wildcats, 32-18, and that's at the half.
Yeah, I think Carbondale, excuse me, a little, I don't know if you want to say embarrassed by not playing in the championship game last week in the Carbondale All-Day Tournament. And, of course, Marion won that tournament.
Yep.
So maybe that was a little bit of motivation for Miller's squad tonight to, hey, this is a team that came over to our place, our town, and won our tournament. So let's go over there and get a little bit of revenge.
This week, the first official AP top 10 came out for the different classes. Class 2A, Pinckneyville, who got knocked off in their own tournament a week ago. They were number 1 in the unofficial poll before that. In the poll this week, they're number 2. El Dorado is at number 9.
El Dorado's a very good team that a lot of people don't know about because they've always been a smaller school. They're down in Saline County. They don't get a lot of recognition, but if you get a chance to watch that El Dorado Eagle team, I would say go because they're very good.
Well, and maybe in the future we might have an opportunity to do that.
Yep.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yep.
As we are beginning play here in the third quarter, thank you for listening to News Radio WJPF. Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. Carterville starts this second half with an 8-point lead and the basketball. Justin Johnson got away with a little push, but he works it back around to Tyler Biddle. Now right side to Connor Henderson. So the starting 5, Johnson fires from 3, good for JJ. He's got 12. Carterville has an 11-point lead.
Well, JJ's open. You got to shoot it. And he has really shot the ball well.
And kind of taking control of this Lions offense.
That's right. Somebody needed to, and JJ's the guy to do it.
Sparta has the basketball. They're in the road blues, and they're moving from left to right here in the second, right in front of Jonathan Norton, the head coach for the Sparta Bulldogs. Sparta turns it over, and we got a whistle and a timeout taken by Shane Hawkins. That's a hustle timeout. We're going to take a break as well. Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Hustle timeout taken by Shane Hawkins. That means Carterville did a nice job. They tied up the ball, but instead of getting the turnover or taking the turnover, Shane Hawkins called the timeout to help his defense.
Yeah, good job by Connor Henderson to sneak in front of the intended Sparta Bulldog on the pass, and Carterville's created another turnover.
Tyler Biddle is into the game now. He has the left-hand dribble and takes it across the timeline, works it over toward Johnson, who's going to fire from three. Yes! J.J. Johnson. 15 in the game for Justin. 31-17. Carterville in command here early in the third. 6:45 remaining in the third quarter. Sparta basketball. And we got a whistle and another foul as it was Connors that kind of lost his footing, traveled with the ball. They have 12 turnovers in the game.
Carterville started great on both ends of the floor. Sparta cannot handle any type of pressure on their guards. Their guard play is not that good when it comes to handling the ball.
And that's why they transition defense so that's why they want to do that.
Exactly. They want
so
to get out
they can get out behind your defense and score on the run. But Carterville's handled that. They shut that down about midway through the second quarter and have done a nice job since. 31-17, 6:20 on the third quarter clock. Tyler Biddle at the left elbow, kick out to Johnson. Now they work it right baseline to Connor Henderson. He brings it to Biddle. Left-hand dribble, left elbow, over to Dylan Moore. Dylan, he'll fire from about 15 off the iron, no good. Connor Henderson rebound, left-hand hook, no good. Ball is battled around on the floor. We got, they're going to say it's off the Carterville Lions, and it's going to belong to the Sparta Bulldogs.
Now Henderson just could not get that offensive rebound to go over the side of the rim, but a good hustle, good hustle by Henderson tonight. Garby tonight on the offensive glass. Coach Hawkins has to be happy with his effort tonight.
Absolutely. 5:50. Carterville, 31-17 lead. Sparta basketball, but another turnover goes the other way. Carterville on the run. Dylan Moore, left-hand layup is good. Dylan Moore is finally on the board. 33-17, and we have another timeout that is taken by Sparta, and it's going to be a full timeout. 31-17, Lions lead here on News Radio WJPF. Welcome back to Carterville High School. My name is Dave McKenzie. His name is Scott Hudson. Carterville on a run right here. They're up 33-17.
And the run was started by Justin Johnson. He hit 2 quick threes. Carterville's 3 of 5 to start this third quarter. Sparta already has 3 turnovers. We haven't even played 3 minutes yet of the third quarter.
Updating another score from Southern Illinois. It is the Heron Tigers over the West Frankfort Redbirds, 35-27. That game is at the half. Another turnover on the Sparta Bulldogs. Carterville has it the other way. Dylan Moore to Tyler Biddle, who steps into a 3 ball off the iron, no good. JJ, Justin Johnson tips it, but Sparta controls the rebound. Here they come the other way as they get it, as Williams lost the handle. Another turnover. That is 5 here in the second half. Carterville takes it the other way from right to left. Johnson fires from 3. That's short, may have been blocked, but gets the rebound underneath, puts the shot up again. Another shot and missed. And Johnson gets, Sparta comes away with the rebound. JJ almost had it. I think he was tired, though, as it is Soderlund that takes it to the rack. He's fouled. That's the first shot that the Sparta Bulldogs have had here in a few minutes. But the foul is going to be on Carterville's Dylan Moore, and that's going to put Soderlund at the line shooting free throws. With 4:52 remaining here in the third quarter, Carterville is on a run. And as a matter of fact, I don't believe that Sparta has scored yet in the second half, and that streak continues, 33-17. So it's going to be Jonathan Williams that checks out. Tony Williams is going to check in for the Sparta Bulldogs and Coach Jonathan Norton. Second free throw from Soderlund is no good. Connor Henderson gets the rebound. Carterville's going to take it the other way. 33-17, Tyler Biddle steps across the timeline. Right-hand dribble, takes it to the right side toward the right wing. Connor Henderson, nice backdoor pass to Grant Garby. He's able to convert it. He's got 13 in the game. It's 35-17, Carterville lead. Sparta basketball. With it is Kerry Harris over toward the left wing. Now they work it around the top. Justin Johnson is guarding Dion Clark. The right-hand dribble on the 5'6" guard over to Timberland Lucas. Now they work it back top of the key to Kerry Harris. Kerry Harris gets it to Tony Williams. Williams is guarded by Moore now. That is Soderlund, and back to Dion Clark. They're working the perimeter. This is the longest possession they've had here in the second half. 35-17, 3:51 on the third quarter clock. As they work back and forth across the top of the circle, and the pass is tipped away. Justin Johnson comes away with it. Turnover. He takes it to the rack, gets the whistle, and the foul, and is going to go to the line and shoot the and one for the Carterville Lions as the foul is on number 33. That is going to be Kerry Harris. That's his first foul of the game, and change is coming for Shane Hawkins and the Carterville Lions. Dylan Moore checks out. I believe Tyler Biddle checked out. Grant Garby checks out. Luke Stritzel is in. Dylan Valerius is back on the floor. And Fidel Campbell has checked into the game for the first time this evening. JJ misses his free throw, but it's Connor Henderson that gets the rebound, and Carterville controls. The ball is out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Lions. 37-17, a 20-point Carterville lead. Carterville's really opened it up here in this third quarter so far, as they have 12 third quarter points. They led 25-17 at the half. Fidel Campbell in the game. Nice backdoor pass to Justin Johnson. A little left-hand floater is good. JJ's on fire. He's got 17 in this game for the Lions and a 22-point lead. Sparta brings it across the timeline, working left to right with the basketball. And they get it over to Dion Clark. He found an opening down the left side. The ball was tipped out of bounds. They're going to say it was off of the Sparta Bulldogs at the last second. I think Luke Stritzel got a hand on it, but it was Dion Clark that actually tipped it out of bounds. So it belongs to the Carterville Lions, and that is another turnover. 7 here in the second half for the Bulldogs. Swing pass to Connor Henderson. He drives the left baseline. His shot hits the bottom of the backboard, and Sparta gets the rebound. Here they come on the run. Here is Lucas. He kicks it out to the left wing. Dion Clark for three. Good for Dion Clark. Big shot by Sparta Bulldogs. We have a whistle and a timeout that is being taken by Sparta. 30-second timeout. It's 39-20. Carterville with the lead on News Radio WJPF.
You all right? Sometimes it's hard to get it under control. No, that's just tournament play.
Welcome back to Carterville High School. It's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. Carterville was pushed out to, they had a 21-point lead, but it's back to 19. They lead it 39-20 here in the third quarter. Sparta had to take a timeout, and it's Carterville basketball as they get it in to Fidel Campbell, and it is going to be Justin Johnson with the left-hand dribble across the timeline. He's picked up defensively by Dion Clark. but Johnson dribbles left side. Now it's Campbell. He finds a lane, kicks it over to Johnson, who's wide open for three. Off the iron, no good. And it's going to be a foul. I believe it's going to be on Carterville's Campbell, the 6'1" senior for the Carterville Lions. Tyler Biddle is going to check back in. He's going to replace Dylan Valerius. Foul actually was on Dylan Valerius. That was his fourth. That's why he's heading to the bench, and he's a frustrated young man. But he goes and gets him a beverage, and he's double-fisting a glass of water as he comes to the bench. Sparta gets it in the front court. The shot is good by number 45, who's not on my book for Sparta, but he gets the bucket, and it is 39-22. 17-point lead for the Lions. Tyler Biddle steps across the free throw lane. Johnson finds Campbell, but JJ shuffled his feet before that pass. That's only the third turnover on the Lions here in the second half. And now for Coach Shane Hawkins, it's going to be the brothers Garby checking in. Austin Garby, number 21. Grant Garby, number 32. Grant the senior. Austin is a sophomore. We'll have him a couple more years. Sparta with the basketball. They're down 17 with 1:50 remaining. They find number 45. I'll call him 45 as the shot is blocked by Grant Garby. It goes the other way. He takes it to the baseline, needs some help. It's tipped out of bounds. I believe it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions. Justin Johnson is going to trigger that inbounds. Nice block down here by Mr. Garby. Took it up that left sideline. The inbounds pass comes to Austin Garby toward the left wing. Now to Tyler Biddle between the circles. He's guarded by Lucas of the Bulldogs. 1:25 remaining. 39-22. Carterville has a 17-point lead. JJ, Justin Johnson, left wing. Trying again. Carterville working that back door cut and being patient as Garby kicks it over toward the right side now. That is Luke Stritzel. Left-hand dribble. Leaves it for Austin Garby. Now they get it to JJ down in the paint. Puts the shot up and good. JJ now. Justin Johnson with 19 in the game. 41-22. 19-point lead for the Lions. Under a minute we go in the third. Number 45 here near has his pass tipped away. It's on the floor. It's a battle, and we got a jump ball that is whistled and called, and it's going to belong to the Sparta Bulldogs. Carterville's played very well here in this contest as they enjoy a 19-point lead. Changes coming for the Bulldogs as Jared Stefani checks in. Also, it's going to be Jonathan Williams into the game. Grant Garby is going to check out, gets a slap from Coach Shane Hawkins as he heads to the bench. Nice hard playing by Grant Garby. Sparta has the basketball. They need to get it in. 4-3-2. That's a 5-second call. And another turnover on the Sparta Bulldogs. The 9th of the half. They have 19 in the game. And that would also explain why Carterville has that 19-point lead. As Tyler Biddle steps across the logo at midcourt. Under 40 seconds to go here in the third. Carterville basketball. Connor Henderson, right wing. Nice down low pass to Justin Johnson, right block. He gets the little turnaround jumper from about 6 foot. He's into the 20s. He's got 21 on the game. He may be on his way to a career high in this game as they get it down to Soderlund. His shot is blocked, but they gather up the rebound. The Bulldogs do, and the left-hand layup by Lucas is good. He's got 10. It's 43-24, back to the 19-point lead. 7 seconds remaining in the third, and Henderson is pushed from behind by Soderlund. And that is going to be the third team foul on the Sparta Bulldogs. And it is on Soderlund. That's his third here in the game. Carterville a chance to score at the buzzer. At the end of the third is Biddle has it, Stritzel. They get it down low, left-hand layup. Bank shot is good by Connor Henderson. How about that? At the end of the third, it is a 21-point lead. Carterville leads it 45-24. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Welcome back to Carterville High School. It's Dave McKenzie where we are at the heading to the fourth quarter. And as we look at the stats for, let's start with the Sparta Bulldogs. They only had 5 shots and they shot 60% there in the third quarter. Carterville, they were blistering. They had 56% shooting on 16 shots in the third. Justin Johnson leading all scorers. He had the hot hand for the Lions as he's up to about 21 for the game. Carterville has the 21-point lead here as we start play in the fourth quarter. Carterville has the basketball. Justin Johnson on the left wing. He is looking for somebody to start moving along that baseline. They've been very efficient at that this evening in the ball game. And looking for those backdoor cuts or at least getting it down on the low block. And they're being very patient in the contest. 45-24 the score as we start play here in the fourth quarter. Austin Garby now to Henderson, right side to Tyler Biddle. He gets it down to Austin Garby on the block. He loses the handle, turns it over. That's the 4th turnover in the second half on the Lions and the 9th in the game. The ball belongs to the Sparta Bulldogs. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the mayor, the city of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson, the entire city of Carterville are proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions sports. Just over 7 minutes to go. Sparta has the ball. Spin move at the top of the key. Lucas is able to get away. Now he's going to drive the lane, and he travels as he takes a step toward the bucket. That is 10 in the second half. 20 turnovers on the Bulldogs in the game. And Coach Shane Hawkins can now start getting a little deeper in his bench as the clock winds down. Tyler Biddle heads to the bench and was limping just a little bit. Slams his fist on the chair, and I don't know if it's because of his ankle or what, but it gets him a sip of water. He's going to be okay as the Lions have the basketball. 7 minutes remaining in the contest. Austin Garby now into the game for the Lions is Carson Pearson, I believe. They get it to JJ. Justin Johnson, top of the circle, left-hand dribble. Now to Luke Stritzel in the paint. That's Garby. Little floater with the right hand, no good. Rebound is battled for, and we've got a whistle and a travel on the Sparta Bulldogs. They can't catch a break. There was about 4 people on the ball. Lions are going to have control, though, underneath the baskets. Carson Pearson is in the game for the Lions. I don't know if that's Carson or not. I'll have to double check on that, but I don't have him on my roster. As there's a battle in the Sparta end of the court. Nice job, a jump ball, and it belongs to the Sparta Bulldogs. They'll have it on the far side here this evening as some of the fans start to pick up their stuff, their toys, and head home from the game. 45-24, 21-point lead for the Lions. Sparta, right wing, swing pass over toward the left wing to Connors. Now they get it to Tony Williams. Now to Connors, back to Tony Williams, back to Connors between the circles, and right side to Lucas. He drives, and there's a pushing foul on the Carterville Lions, and that's going to be on number 13, Connor Henderson. That is his second foul of the game. That's the 3rd team foul on the Lions here in the half. Not a lot of whistles for fouls in the second half. Sparta's basketball. Soderlund with the ball. Out top. They work it around the perimeter to Williams, and now to Connors. He drives from the left block, puts his shot up, gets the bucket to fall, and he's fouled by Connor Henderson as well. So it's going to be Austin Connors, the 5'9" senior guard, going to the line for the and one for the Sparta Bulldogs. Connor Henderson, as I said, gets his 3rd foul of the game. Austin Connors, that's his first bucket, and the free throw is no good, and it's the Lions that come down with the ball. Justin Johnson in the backcourt They work it over toward the left baseline. There, I'll get it right. Justin Johnson behind the back is pushed, and that foul is going to be on Jonathan Williams of the Sparta Bulldogs. His first foul, third team foul, and Carterville's basketball just in front of the scorers table here at Carterville High School. Carterville is in action next Friday. That is the next game. It's on the road at Pinckneyville, conference action against the number 2 ranked class team in 2A, the Pinckneyville Panthers. They are at home at Pinckneyville, and then we're going to be on the road the following week, the 15th, as we have a turnover on the Lions. And the January 15th is going to be the first game of the Midwinter Classic at West Frankfort. Carterville is going to play at 5:30 on Monday. They'll play at 8:30 on Wednesday and 8:30 on Thursday night. And, of course, they're in the pool with Cairo, Heron, and Marion. And then they'll play on Saturday as well, as it was a shot taken here by Tony Williams. He gets fouled. Justin Johnson, I think, will be called for the foul for the Lions. He is. That's his second, and that's going to put Tony Williams at the line shooting 2 free throws. He's yet to score in the game. First one is on the way, and it's good. But the Midwinter Classic, January 15th. A whole week of basketball here on News Radio WJPF and on our YouTube channel there. Love when we go play at West Frankfort. Love that gym. There's just something about it. It has that Hoosier-esque feel about it. And it's just a cool place to go in one of the top tournaments in our region any time of the year. Second free throw was missed. Luke Stritzel drives, floater no good. It goes out of bounds. Justin Johnson gets slapped on the side of the face, but I think he's okay. It's going to belong to the Sparta Bulldogs, as that's the first turnover on the Lions here in the second half. 45-27. Carterville firmly in control as we work our way under 5 minutes remaining in the game. Sparta breaks the timeline as Austin Connors takes it to the right wing. Now into the game is Lucas. He has it. Right-hand dribble, backs it up toward the logo. Justin Johnson on him defensively toward the left wing. That is where we find Jonathan Williams. Now back to Tony Williams, and now it comes to Lucas. It's out of bounds. That's another turnover as he just lost the handle, and it fell right on the out-of-bounds line. Turnover on the Bulldogs. Carterville has the ball. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Coldwell Banker Preferred Realty. They're happy to support the Carterville Lions. There's a reason we are preferred. You can find out why, located on West Plaza Drive in Carterville. We have a timeout on the floor, and we'll take a break as well. It's a full. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Back at Carterville High School, coming up on our postgame show, it's our Wild Hog postgame show, and Scott and I will choose our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. And I think I got a couple of candidates in mind already, but that's all coming up on our Wild Hog postgame show. Carterville with the basketball. They have it between the circles. Justin Johnson now. Sparta dropping off into a little zone defense here as we're working our way toward 4 minutes remaining in the contest. After 3, Heron is up on West Frankfort 53-41 as the shot is whistled a foul. The shot was taken, I believe, by Austin Connors, or excuse me, Grant Garby. The foul is on Jonathan Williams of Sparta, and Grant Garby is at the line. He is shooting 2 free throws as he makes the first one. Grant's had a nice ball game here this evening. This may be a season high for him. 14 in the game. I'd have to go back and look through my records. 46-27. Second one is on the way. Gets the shooter's roll. And he's got 15 in the game. And I would say that Grant Garby may be one of the candidates for our Carterville Lions. Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal, star of the game. We'll have to decide that coming up here in about 4 minutes and 1 second. Sparta basketball, 47-27. They're down 20. They get the ball in the front court to Austin Connors, but it's turned over again. That is 13 turnovers in the second half. Carterville's basketball. They work from right to left. Justin Johnson over to Austin Garby. And now they bring it back around the other side. Dylan Moore in the game, top of the key, over toward the right side. Not real sure who that is for the Lions. He wears number 12, and that's not who I've got on my roster. I'll have to double check on that. Over from the right side, wide open three. Doesn't fall for the Lions, but it's Garby, Grant, that pulls down the rebound. They reset the offense. Justin Johnson, top of the circle, over toward the right side. And we've got a whistle and a foul, and it's going to be on Sparta's Tony Williams, his first foul of the game. That's the 6th team foul. Excuse me, the 5th team foul on the Bulldogs. So into the game now is going to be Jared Stefani for Coach Jonathan Norton. Fidel Campbell checks in for Grant Garby. 3:14 on the clock. Shane Hawkins will start getting into his bench as... But after JJ, if he scores again, he'll come out. He's got the ball now between the circles. Right-hand dribble to Fidel Campbell toward the right wing. Fidel brings it left side to Dylan Moore. Now to Austin Garby. They work it over toward the left wing. Carterville, Johnson now on the right wing. Down low, nice pass. Dylan Moore, his shot is blocked from behind. He gets his rebound, puts it back up and in. Dylan Moore, he's got 4 in the game. 49-27, the 22-point lead for the Lions. 2.5 remaining in the contest. Around to the number 45 for Sparta. We don't have him on our roster. Now it is to Kerry Harris down low. Soderlund, his shot is blocked as he goes to the buckets and is going to go to the line and shoot some free throws. The foul is on the Carterville Lions. Number 5, Justin Johnson, his 3rd of the game. 6th team foul now on the Carterville Lions. So Jacob Soderlund is at the line, the 6'2 senior forward. First free throw is no good. Wholesale changes now for the Carterville Lions. Justin Johnson checks out. Dylan Moore checks out. Austin Garby checks out. Into the game is going to be JT Conwell. Connor Hawkins is on the floor. We've also got Carson Pearson. And let's see here. Cody Richter is on the floor as the free throw is good by Soderlund. He's got 3 in the game. We got 2:20 remaining in the contest. 49-28, the 21-point lead. Carterville is going to see their record go to 3 wins on the season. Sparta has 3 wins on the season. Carterville just has not been able to get things going at all this year. Their 3 wins over West Frankfort, over Trico a week ago in the Dexter Thomas Hoops Classic, and then here tonight in a river-to-river conference action against the Sparta Bulldogs. This will be the first conference victory for the Lions. Connor Henderson has trouble, gets it to JT Conwell. Conwell, top of the circle, right-hand dribble, gets it over to Carson Pearson. He drives the baseline. Floater is blocked partially, and Carson Pearson is going to go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws for the Lions. Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville. For over 30 years, they are a certified York dealer. And they service all brands. Call 985-2502, or you can even go online, call Charlie's or visit Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating.com. Into the game now, Chandler Roberts. He replaces Fidel Campbell. He heads to the low block at the line. The first free throw by Carson Pearson was no good. Second one is on the way. And it's off the back of the iron. The rebound is pulled down by Jacob Soderlund. Sparta with the basketball, a minute and a half, 90 seconds to be exact, remaining in the game. Sparta, that is Trey Herbert that has the ball. He goes out of bounds. It's going to be off the Lions, off of Chandler Roberts. It's going to belong to the Sparta Bulldogs. Our Wild Hog postgame show is coming up in about 83 seconds or so. Sparta's basketball wide open is Jared Stefani. He misses the shot. The rebound is pulled down by Cody Rector. Carterville basketball. Here comes Carson Pearson. Drives the left side of the baseline. Kick it over to Connor Hawkins. He can fire from three if you give him just a step. He has to take it back out top to JT Conwell. Conwell, left-right dribble, top of the circle, right side. They work it to Cody Rector. Where's number 10? Now back out top to Carson Pearson. Rector, he has to back it off the baseline drive, and they work it around to Chandler Roberts. Now it comes to Pearson, and Connor Hawkins loses his footing, gets the pass away, though. Carterville very patient. 40 seconds remaining to Connor Hawkins on the left wing, guarded by Dion Clark. Top of the circle, that is Cody Rector, the senior, with the ball. And we've got a whistle on a travel on JT Conwell. That's only the second turnover on the Carterville Lions here in the second half. For the game, their 9th turnover. They've done a very, very nice job here this evening. Sparta basketball, 24 seconds remaining, as it's going to be a nice win for the Lions here this evening. Shane Hawkins should be very happy, and he'll be joining us on our post-game show as the shot is no good by Dion Clark. 7 seconds. Carterville takes the ball across the timeline. They're going to set on it. 3, 2, 1. That's the final. Carterville wins it 49-28. They get their 3rd win of the season. Your Wild Hog postgame show is coming up next on News Radio WJPF. Works for me.
Team as a whole, I think.
You think?
I think so. They played together tonight.
They did play together.
Hey, I'll see you guys later.
See you, brother. Welcome back to Carterville High School, where we've just watched the Carterville Lions pick up their 3rd win of the season, 49-28 this tonight in this river-to-river conference game. Sparta had already earned their 3rd win of the season, so Carterville picks up their first conference win on the year in the 49-28 to 21-point win for Coach Shane Hawkins and his Carterville Lions. When you look at the scoring for the Sparta Bulldogs this evening, they were led in scoring by the 5'10 sophomore guard, Timberland Lucas, who winds up with 10 points for the Sparta Bulldogs. Jonah Boston, he scored all his points in the first half and actually didn't play much in the second half as he winds up with 5. Jacob Soderlund has 2. And then you have Dion Clark, who winds up with 5 in the game. And Austin Connors, he got his 2 points in the second half as well. 28 points scored by the Carterville Lions, or excuse me, the Sparta Bulldogs in that ball game. Carterville was led this evening by the 21 from the senior Justin Johnson. He had a nice ball game, just kind of took control early and then cruised as he winds up with 1, 2, 3, 4 3-pointers in the contest for the Carterville Lions. Grant Garby had a great game this evening. He had 11 first half points. He winds up with 15 on the game. And so it's Dylan Valerius that winds up with 2. Connor Henderson with 2. Dylan Moore with 4. Luke Stritzel gets on the board with a big 3-pointer. That was in the first half as well. Carterville scores 49 points. When you look at the shooting stats for the Lions and the Sparta Bulldogs, Carterville shot 40% for the game. Sparta shot 50% from the game, but they had 23 turnovers in the game as well. Carterville winds up with 22 rebounds. Grant Garby had 7 of those 22. Sparta had 14 boards. Lucas had 7 of those. Carterville gets the win tonight, 49-28. Nice win for the Carterville Lions. And coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to have to choose our Joe's Lawn Care Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game, and we're going to be talking with Coach Shane Hawkins as well. If you're wondering what happened to Scott, he's been battling the whole throat thing all evening and finally got the best of him there in the second half. He's still standing by, and he'll hang around until the end of the broadcast. We're going to go on and take another break. Hopefully Shane Hawkins is going to make his way up here as well. When we come back, going to name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game on our Wild Hog postgame show here on News Radio WJPF. Back at Carterville High School, where the Lions, they won tonight 49-28 to pick up their 3rd win of the season. And for me, it's like winning the Super Bowl for the Lions. Shane Hawkins will be joining us here on our postgame show coming up in just a few minutes. But when you talk about the Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game, there's a couple of 3 different ways that we could go about this. If you look at the scoring stats this evening, it was Justin Johnson to lead all of the Carterville Lions with 21 points in the game. You had Grant Garby that had 15 points, but Grant Garby, he had 7 rebounds in the contest. He was a possessed man in that first half for the Lions, specifically the first quarter. But it was Justin Johnson with 21, Grant Garby with 15. But then you also have to give credit to everybody else. Carterville played a very good game tonight. They only had, for the whole contest, 9 turnovers. That is un-Lion-like this season, as they were able to control the turnovers. They were able to finally shut down that run-and-gun offense of the Sparta Bulldogs that we saw in that first quarter and a half. They got back on defense, and, with Luke Ford gone, missing tonight, the illness that they've had on the squad, I want to give it to one person, but I think I may wind up giving it to the whole team just because they did a very, very nice job in this contest here this evening in the 49-28 win over the Sparta Bulldogs. So we will make the Carterville Lions getting the win our stars of the game, as it were, here this evening at Carterville High School. Also, don't forget, before we get into the post-game show, make sure if you get an opportunity to tune in to NBC tomorrow at noon when Carterville's Luke Ford, the big tight end and new Georgia signee that is going to be playing for national championships for the next 4 years. He's going to be playing in the U.S. Army All-American game starting at noon tomorrow, 12 o'clock on NBC. It'll be fun to watch him play on the national stage, not just tomorrow, but for the next 4 years as well. Coach Shane Hawkins is making his way to our broadcast location. We're going to go on and take another break. When we come back, we're going to have the Hawk here on the postgame show on News Radio WJPF. You got those stats? Oh, yeah.
Sparta didn't hit their first field goal the second half until 2:45 to go.
Yeah, good. Yeah, just set it there. Whoop, whoop. Heron's going to knock off Frankfurt.
I think Peteneeville was up 5 on Nashville.
Welcome back to Carterville High School, where the Carterville Lions this evening have knocked off the Sparta Bulldogs 49-28. Coach Shane Hawkins joins us here on our post-game show. Coach, that's a win. Carterville picks up their 3rd win of the season and a nice team win for the Lions this evening.
It was. And we talk about the 3rd win. It's been a while, and, you know, I'm happy for our kids.
Well, let's look at it like this, Coach. You have won 2 of your last 4.
Right. Absolutely.
So that's the way to look at this.
Not quite a streak, but we're
exactly.
We're getting closer. But, you know, I thought – it's been a while since we've been a favorite. I guess maybe the Trico game we were maybe a favorite. I think our guys kind of they played relaxed. Didn't necessarily shoot it great, but I thought we were relaxed. I thought we played a little bit harder tonight at times, and you know, we had to make adjustments with our pressure because they had made adjustments, and that's big for this team, is to be able to go from a timeout or an end of a quarter or halftime and talk about making adjustments and then going out and making those adjustments and doing it the right way. And we did that a couple different times. So that's everything's a step in the right direction.
And talk about your senior leadership tonight. Justin Johnson, he pours in 21. Most of those in the first half when you really needed him to kind of stretch that lead. But Grant Garby was a man possessed in that first half. He winds up with 15 in the game, 7 boards of the 22 rebounds that your squad had this evening.
Yeah, you know what? And he just goes and battles and competes. And, you know, I looked up and it was late in the second quarter and he hadn't been out. And he's a 2, 3, 4 minute max guy in a row. Then he gets tired, and then you get nothing out of him. But I thought he really fought through that. I said, you're going to have to go as long as you can go, and then probably a little bit longer than that. And he did. You know, he had 2 of those possessions on that one possession down here. And he was tired. It was late in the first quarter, early in the second quarter, and he was gassed, and he had no lift. But he kept battling, and that's what you want. You just want to have those guys just keep battling. And I'm happy for our guys.
We didn't really talk about it a whole lot, but the team's been kind of battling the flu and illness, and you have Luke Ford that's gone tonight. This was just a nice team effort, and you were able to get into your bench a little bit. Fidel Campbell came in and picked up a few valuable minutes. It was a very nice win for this Lions squad.
Yeah, it was, and it's something our guys needed, and we are not. It wasn't a flashy win, but we're not a flashy team. We are just kind of grind, and we found JJ a couple times open, and we got him in rhythm and where he could score, and they had to account for Grant inside because he was effective in there. So I thought we were just balanced. We were as good offensively as we were defensively. We were as good perimeter-wise as we were in the post. I think the first half we were 6 of 7 from the free throw line. So just kind of one of those games. Just like you said, a very nice win for our team.
The nice thing is you get a few days off, game-wise.
Yeah.
Next Friday night, though, man, it's you go on the road to Pinckneyville, and then right after that we get right into tournament play at the Midwinter.
Yeah, and if you recall, it was this time last year where we kind of hit the skids for about 10 days, and we played really well the first half against Pinckneyville here, and then it got ugly there in the second half, and then that kind of carried over into the next week at the Midwinter, and you kind of alluded to it a minute ago. We're fighting things. We got some sick kids, and we've taken everything off tomorrow. We've canceled everything for all levels, freshman, JV, varsity. Go home and
rest
and get healthy, and don't hang out with each other and pass it back and forth, because that's what's happened already. And
I think you could work on passing drills with the hand sanitizer.
Yes, to keep passing, try not to drop it. But it was something we needed, and hopefully this will relax us a little bit. And
I agree.
It's whether we're the favorite or not. I think it was a game that was winnable. I think our guys in their mind that this was a winnable game. Now, can you go on the road next week against a very good basketball team and just go compete? There's nobody other than our 20 in our locker room should expect us to win. That should be our core. That should be the ones that should expect to go fight and find a way to win. And can we go do that? Can we relax and not be uptight and just go play the game?
I think the thing that most impressed me tonight, Coach, was the fact this is one of those games when you're taking on a Sparta Bulldogs team, like a team like this, is you go into it expecting that you're going to win, and you kind of cruise through the game, and the next thing you know, like it was last year or 2 years ago, right here, where the game came down to a game-winning drive by the Lions to even win the game, and it could have snuck up on it, but Carterville winds up getting the 49-28 win. I wanted to ask you, Coach Dennis Dress isn't here tonight, but Luke Ford is down in San Antonio playing in the U.S. Army All-American game. Can you kind of put into perspective what that means for Luke? And this is such an incredible opportunity.
And I don't think people realize, I don't think people realize what he's a part of. I think there's one other kid in the state of Illinois that's there, if I remember.
Yes.
That's unbelievable.
Who's an Illini recruit, by the way.
Yes. That's unbelievable. So that we have a kid here that played in the River to River 4A football, and I think the other kid was 5 or 6A, I believe,
right.
I think a bigger school. To think that we have that, and Carterville will be on the national scene tomorrow during the game, and they're going to have a 3-minute kind of blurb on him and kind of look at him and promote him. So to have that on national television. It's not on national television at 2 a.m. It's on national television at noon.
Yes.
With the best players in the country. There'll be, out of those 100 guys that are there, there's going to be several of them that you will see on Sundays.
70% make it to Sundays.
In 4 or 5 or 6 years that you're going to see them play on a Sunday.
Yeah.
You're going to see those guys. A lot of those guys that play in that game tomorrow will be in the national championship Final Four, the playoff system next year. Some of them are going to be national champions. They're going to have a hand in whoever wins the national football championship next year. So he's a part of that. So from that standpoint, that's impressive.
It is impressive.
And we wish him the best of luck. And I told our guys, don't get together and watch it because I don't want you to get each other sick again. But stay at home in your own bed and watch it, and tune in and watch it because it's something that's really, really special, and we hope he plays well tomorrow.
In that 3-minute piece that Coach alluded to, we've seen it is very impressive. It is. Please take the opportunity to watch that game tomorrow. Luke Ford, he's the only tight end on the West squad, so he's going to be in on all the most of the offensive plays on the West team. I also know today that he was put on MVP watch for the game. He has had an incredible camp down there, and it was at this camp a year ago that put him on the national stage as far as recruiting, and he winds up with 32 offers from around the country. And congratulations, Luke Ford. Good luck tomorrow. And we miss you, but, man, we're so proud of you as well. Coach, we're proud of you tonight. Get the win
we'll take it.
this evening. 49-28, Carterville the win over the Sparta Bulldogs. They are back in action next Friday night on the road at Pinckneyville. Pre-game show will start at 7:30, and we'll have the tip-off at 7:45 here on News Radio WJPF, and we'll have the YouTube live stream up.